When you're solving inequalities, you can essentially solve it in the same way you would do for an equation. You've just got to make sure you don't divide or times by a negative number, and down the middle you then always keep the inequality sign, which for this case it would be then a greater than all the way down. So first step, I want to get rid of that plus 3, and we do that by doing the opposite. The opposite of adding 3 is subtracting 3, so I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. What that then does to the left is gets rid of the plus 3. So we are then just left with 5x over 2, greater than in the middle, make sure you remember that, and then 18 minus 3 gives you 15. Now, I want to get rid of the denominator, and the way we get rid of the denominator is by doing the opposite, and the denominator is staying divide by 2. The opposite of dividing by 2 is timesing by 2, so I'm going to times both sides of the equation by 2. On the left side of the equation, that just leaves the numerator, which is then 5x. You've then got greater than, and on the right, 15 times 2 gives you 30. We want x and not 5x, so we want to divide by the coefficient, so we divide both sides of our inequality by 5. That then gives you x is then greater than 6, and that's the answer to this question. So x is greater than 6. Factorise x squared plus 10x plus 9. So we're factorising, we're going to be putting this into two brackets whereby you've got x as the first term or component of each of the brackets. When you're factorising, you're looking for two numbers that times to give you just the number at the end. So two numbers that times to give you 9. Then two numbers that add to give you the coefficient of x. So in this case, two numbers that then add to give you 10. In order to get a positive, you're going to be multiplying two positive or two negative numbers. Because we're looking for two numbers that add to give you a positive, add to give you positive 10, the two numbers must be positive. I'm going to list the pairs of numbers that times to give you 9, and the options are 1 and 9, and the other one is then 3 and 3. We're going to look at those and see which ones then add to give you 10, and 1 plus 9 does give you 10, so therefore it's going to be these two. 3 plus 3, that adds to give you 6, so it's not that second one. So we then bring the 1 and the 9 over, so it'll be plus 1 and then plus 9. And you can have this in any order, so it could have been the case you did x plus 9 close brackets and then x plus 1. If you were unsure whether you have or haven't got the right answer, you could just expand that by using the FOIL method, and you could simplify to see if you get that at the top. If you do, that's all good. If you don't, just have a look again, you've probably made a mistake on the way through.